Here we are again, cartoon dinosaur fans. We got this Dino Roll from a brand called Kong Species, and today we're talking about the focus. Parasaurolophus. That's the best way I can pronounce that. Probably wrong. This is from the first wave of the Dino Rolls, and here are the other particular dinosaurs from this wave. There's 3 there, and the 3 here. Okay, so it's my goal to get every one of these things. They're kind of pricey though, so it's going to take some time. Nice strong box, and I actually understand why it's so strong, because I think these things are made of a rigid plastic, like a ceramic kind of thing. So what I don't really like is this. This is totally unnecessary because this image is on the box already. It's just a waste of plastic. This Kong Species makes these funky looking prehistoric animals. Is called Ancient Beasts, and they have these robot insides. I'll have to get around to those. And then here are the other, if you want to learn about the other dinosaurs in this wave, and also an app and all that stuff, and a website. So now I gotta be really careful pulling this out. I'm afraid of a claw or something snagging this foam. It is nice foam and all that, but alright, pleasantly there's nothing to snag. I don't think there's anything under this. Nope, there never is. Alright, so let me put this away. Well, let me get this out of the bag first. I'm gonna open it really close to this. I don't want to drop it. It might shatter. So what else from Wikipedia? This is from a genus called Hadrosaurids, and they're the duck-billed dinosaurs. They look like a duckbill. And they're from the late Cretaceous period, which is like 70 to 80 million years ago in that ballpark. These things could be 9 meters long in length and weigh around over 5 tons. They are herbivores. They ate plants. And this thing, there's some channels in there, so they think this could have been an acoustic thing. Also maybe for mating attraction. Who knows, right? But it's interesting theories going on the internet. And this image here, these are 2 people supposedly. These things came in all different sizes. That's a big one. Alright. Last thing is, this thing was discovered or first described in the early 1920s. Okay, so I'm going to start on the bottom this time. So it's kind of neat that they show like a skeleton of this thing, right? Even more cartoon than the actual thing above it. I only wish it told you what it was. And so here I'm seeing these marks indicating this is like a hand casted kind of thing. I don't think this would be like injection molded, you know. I think it's literally like pulling through a silicone mold, which might explain why you could have all these undercuts and it looks like one piece of plastic instead of something glued together. So it's called Dino Roll. I assume this is either an egg or just some sort of prehistoric ball, a geode maybe, and it's rolling on it. So it's got these gray hoofs or whatnot, and then it's kind of a glossy back here. It's definitely not matte. Up here it seems very matte, but over here, I guess it's just the surface is very smooth. Oh, here also, look, just the way this is done. I wouldn't doubt that there was like a molding runner right here and they cut it off and then sanded it down, right? So it's, you know, there's imperfections that make me think this is a hand cast kind of product. Okay, well anyways, the bottom of the feet, they look like, you know, skin, like on a human being even. But then it slowly transitions to wrinkles, like an old person, and then to scales, like an alligator or something like that. And so the variation of these textures, fine here, big here, right? It's just constantly changing. And it's really interesting to look at, you know. It gives you something to do and just appreciate, really. Someone sculpted this originally. Someone designed this. Maybe, I don't know if they designed it in a computer or just sculpted it out of clay or something and then they copied it somehow. I'm not sure. But it looks like it's one piece, right? So it's quite interesting. So besides the physical sculpting, it's got this like white belly, and then it's got dark green, and then it's going to a lighter green, like Kermit the Frog green, and then even lighter, and then goes to dark. There's a lot of color transitions going on here. It's really nice. So apparently this thing has 2 hoofs up front, and then some sort of like thumb or something, but it's on the outside. Quite interesting. Okay, maybe a wart or something. Maybe it's got some claw marks from a predator. I'm not sure. It's not symmetric. Going here to the tail, we have a nice faded like brown to orange, and then on top of it they printed these like off-white tiger stripes, and they have a black outline. I wonder if those are decals. Let me see. No, no, that's definitely paint. You can see it didn't get quite enough paint in there. So it's not a decal, which is great. I don't think it's a decal. I don't know. Or maybe it's a broken decal. Because I'm not sure how they would paint this fine black edge, right? Maybe they used decal softener and yeah, and really just pressed it in there and literally tore the decals. Which, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave some comments on your theories how they make this thing. Okay, well, overall, still is looking nice. So this stripe runs up to the back of the head, into this horn-like protrusion, but oddly there's no opening. If there's supposed to be an opening, I don't see it. And this is kind of like a transition of maroon to red to yellow eventually, right? But down here it's a really dark, oh, I guess that could be even black. Yeah, to the naked eye that looks black, so there's a lot of fading going on there. And then I think I read online that these are glass. These eyeballs is very cold to the touch compared to the plastic of the body. So I wouldn't doubt that that is glass, and then they painted on a perfectly circular eyeball, pupil I mean. Alright, see, you can see how the light shifts in there. It's kind of interesting, really. Okay, well anyways, under the neck we have some white again to dark, and you can see really fine skin tones here, skin texture, to these bigger scales. You can hear me rubbing. And then here's the duckbill mouth. It's basically just black. Alright, and some nostrils or something here. Oh, maybe this is not supposed to have holes. Like maybe there's a resonance chamber or something like that. Like it inhales and the air circulates in there. Don't know. Okay, well, I guess that's it. The mouth is closed, so not much else to talk about there. But all in all, it's really neat. If you missed my other reviews, this thing is around 8.5 centimeters tall, and the length of it, the longest dimension is somewhere around 9 centimeters or so. Sorry, I lost focus. I don't have 3 hands. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to start mounting these on these acrylic discs. You can find these on AliExpress. This particular disc is 50 millimeters in diameter. They come in different sizes. I have smaller ones for my Gundam Converges, but I want to have a sticker. I'm never going to remember the name of this dinosaur, so this one's bigger than the base of this thing. And then this gray stuff is poster putty, but in particular it's called Potafix Pro, which is meant to hold several kilograms on a wall. So I figure if it can hold kilos on a wall, it can definitely hold this thing with this little acrylic disc / name tag. So I just kind of squeeze it on there. Just be careful not to squeeze the hands because they might snap. And I can still kind of see what's going on there, right, with the skeleton. So that's how I'm going to display these things. Also, if it's bigger, less chance of knocking it over by accident, right? It's a pretty stable base. Could even go with a bigger one, but I'm not going to order them. Well, the collection's slowly growing. These are 2 others from the wave. This, boy, it's such a long name, these dinosaur names. So let's see if I can focus. Carcharodontosaurus. Carcharodontosaurus. Wow. Anyways, that's a predator, obviously. Kind of like a T-Rex. And then Stegosaurus, the plate dinosaur. So there you go. Right now we have 2 herbivores and 1 carnivore. The Tyrannosaur from this collection is going to be hard to find. I mean, that's probably the most popular dinosaur. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to get it, but I'm going to scour the internet and see if hopefully someone pops it up on a local store or something like that. Okay, well, you can see they all have these glass eyes, and it's nice that they're different colors. They all seem to have the same shaped pupil. Yeah, I only wish you could actually move the eyeball, put in wacky positions. But the texturing is unique, none of these are sharing the same skin texture, it looks like, right? And even the eggs are slightly different. These 2 eggs are similar in dimension. They're like ovoid, but this one's quite round, like a sphere. So a little variation there. It's kind of nice. Alright, well, I remember the duckbill, dinosaurs as a kid. I just never really paid attention that this one is called the Parasaurolophus. And it's not to be confused with something called the Parasaurus. I don't know what that is, but that's just what Wikipedia is telling me. Alright, well, thank you for watching. We'll see you the next time we roll out a dino.